Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Eric and I like to read, and today I'm going to be doing my Magical Orilium TBR. So I know it's a little bit early in the month to be doing a TBR, but I'm very excited because the Magical Readathon Orilium has come back for another year, and so this is going to be called the Spring Equinox. And so I'm going to be doing this again. I've done this in past years. It's a very fun readathon that always has a lot of exciting prompts, and I wanted to try it again this year. Now, this year, I'm going to go down a different career path and try something different. Last year, I was a beast master, and so this year, I'm going to be trying to be a demonologist. So, a demonologist is essentially just like somebody that studies the supernatural and paranormal and documents everything. I think that's really fun. I like stuff that involves those things, so I'm going to try and do this course load and see how it goes. I only have 5 prompts plus one other prompt that's very easy in this list, so I think that it should be pretty easy to do. Hopefully. I mean, I've been on track for reading about like 5 books a month, and so I think that it'll be easy to jump into this and do this one as well. The one easy prompt is called lore, and it's actually to read like a 1-page lore that was written specifically for the readathon. So that one, like, that'll take me 5 minutes tops to finish that one. But I'm going to do the rest of them and see where we go from there. So let's go over the prompts. The first prompt that I have to do for my demonologist course is to do elemental studies. And so for this one, it is to read a book with a light source on the cover. Now, this one, I mean, this is definitely a light source. It's not super visible on this cover, but I'm choosing it anyway because I really want to read it. And that is Best Laid Plans. So the light source is the sun. The sun is going down in this cover, but there is still a light source here, and I'm counting it. So that's that. This one is a male-male romance, and it is in the Garnet Run series. Now, I have read another one of the books in the Garnet Run series that I think is further along than this one. So this is kind of like a prelude to me because I haven't gotten to this one yet. And I read the other one thinking it was like a standalone, not realizing it was part of a series. So I'm going to jump back into that world, but like before the one I already read, and see where it goes from there. The one I read was The Lights on Knockbridge Lane, which is like a Christmas themed one. And it's following some characters that were like not necessarily the main characters of this book, but were side characters in this one, I think. So yeah, I'm going to read this one and see where that takes me. This, from what I've read on the back, is essentially like a small town male-male romance, kind of like a Hallmarky style. And I'm looking forward to it. The main character, I believe, works at the hardware store. They lost their parents when they were 18 and took on the role of like taking care of their younger sibling, and somehow got a cat. I think it was a stray that they just took in. And then this like rugged tattooed guy starts coming to the hardware store a lot, and I feel like the two of them kind of get like a little bit of a connection going, and then from there we explore what happens. But yeah, that's all I really know. That's all I need to know. I'm excited to dive into this. I really liked the other one in the Garnet Run series, so I think that I'm going to enjoy this one, and I'm really looking forward to it. The next prompt is Shapeshifting, and so this is to choose a book by an author that blurbed your last 5-star read. So my last 5-star read would have been Grown, which is this one by Tiffany Jackson. This is an arc, but there were 3 different authors that blurbed the back of it. And so one of those authors was Nick Stone, and I actually figured out that I have an arc from Nick Stone from ages ago called Chaos Theory. So that's the book that I'm going to read for this prompt. I will show it right here because I don't have it in physical format. But I'm going to read the synopsis with you so we can get an idea of what the book is like together. So it says, Detached. Since Shelby enrolled at Windward Academy as a senior and won't be there very long, she hasn't bothered making friends. What her classmates don't know about her can't be used to hurt her. You know, like it did at her last school. Wasted. Andy Criddle is not okay. At all. He's had far too much to drink, again, which is bad, and things are about to get worse. When Shelby sees Andy at his lowest, she can relate, so she doesn't resist reaching out, and there's no doubt their connection has them both seeing stars. But the closer they get, the more the past threatens to pull their universes apart. And that's all it says. So, not much to go on, but it sounds like it's going to be an interesting, like, contemporary read. And I've never read anything by Nick Stone before, so this is opening me up to a brand new author that I'll be trying out for this readathon. Okay, I changed my angle, so hopefully that helps with like the camera flashing to make my face super white. I don't know why it keeps doing that. I think it's trying to adjust like brightness levels. Anyways, hopefully it stops doing that. The next one is a prompt called Spells and Incantations, and so this is to choose a book using a random number generator. Whatever that number is, that's the title length you need. So like whatever number it is, that's how many characters you can have in your title. So I did this and I got the number 21. And so it took me a little bit to find a title that like kind of fit 21 characters exactly. But I have a NetGalley book called The Year I Stopped Trying, and that one fits exactly 21. So that's the one I'm going to do. Essentially, this is like a coming of age story about a girl who is always on top of her game, like doing the best she can at everything she does. And she just stops trying for a little bit to see how that goes. And it says that this book is like a mixture of the movie Booksmart with the book Perks of Being a Wallflower. I love both of those. So I think this is going to be a good one. If you've watched either of those movies, they're fantastic. I read Perks of Being a Wallflower, loved that. So yeah, just having those as like the two books to compare it to, I think this is going to be a really good one. So I'm looking forward to this one, and we'll see where it goes. It's only like a 250 some page book, so it's going to be pretty quick to get through too. And I love that because you guys know me, like I love my short books. So yeah. The next one I had was Charm Configuration. And so this is to use a color wheel generator and roll it, and whatever color you get, that has to be the primary color on the cover of the book you choose. So I did this, and my color I ended up getting was pink. And so I surprisingly have a lot of books with pink as the primary color, like on the covers. But there's one in particular that I've been wanting to read for a while now, and I gravitated towards it right away, and that is The Charm Offensive. So I'm very excited to dive into this one, because this one is like reality TV mixed with like a male romance, and something I am so excited for. Essentially in this one, we're following a main character who is going to be like the star cast member, I guess star cast member, I don't know what I'm saying, but like the main character of like a Bachelor style show. So they have a bunch of women that are going to be dating them, and eventually they're going to have to choose one at the end. And this main character is doing this process, but also like falling for their male producer at the same time, and having to navigate those feelings while being like in the spotlight on a TV show, dating a bunch of people on live television. So I think that's going to be like such a drama-filled book, but also like potentially wholesome. And I'm really looking forward to reading it because I love those style of shows. So yeah, I'm very excited. And I've heard from many people that this book is fantastic. Like it's been recommended to me multiple times. So yay, I'm excited to finally do it. And yeah, this is going to be the one for that. The last prompt on this is Demonology. And so this is to read a book that you didn't pay for. And so I have Upgrade by Blake Crouch here. This was given to me as a gift by Marcus's mom for, I think it's either my birthday or Christmas, one of the two. And yeah, I didn't pay for this book, so I'm going to read it. I've been kind of like craving a sci-fi lately, and I haven't had many sci-fis on my TBRs, so I'm excited to dive back into the genre of sci-fi. And I have loved Blake Crouch's books. Like I love Dark Matter and Recursion immensely. They're some of my favorite books. So I'm looking forward to reading another book by them. This one in particular, I feel like has to deal with mixing human and animal DNA for certain like gene sequences, and how they kind of like are creating these DNA enhancements for people. I'm not 100% sure on that. It's been a while since I like checked the synopsis for this one, but that's what I'm guessing it's about. I don't want to read too much into it. Like I want to just go into this knowing nothing. So like I know a little bit going into it, but I don't want to know much more and just be surprised with what happens. So yeah, this one's on my list, and yeah, those are my 5 books. I think those are definitely manageable for this readathon, those 5 books, and I think I can definitely get through it and complete it. So that's exciting. Then once I do that, all I have to do is like the second semester, which happens in August, and complete the classes for that one. Now, usually August has like a bit more prompts. I think there's like a couple extra in there because you kind of have to do like levels for each one. So you'll have your different classes, but then some of them have like doubles or triples depending on like the difficulty of it. So yeah, there'll be more prompts in August. But anyways, I think I can definitely manage the 5 for the first semester and get through that. Anyways, that's for my TBR. Let me know if any of you guys are participating in this readathon as well, because I'm always interested to find more people taking part in the Magical Orilium Readathon, since it's such a fun thing to do. And if you are, tell me which profession you're going for in your studies. If you guys want to support me, I have a Patreon and a Coffee page, which I'll put in the description down below, as well as linked by my bookmarks. You guys know the drill. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell notification button so you get notified when I post new videos. I post my videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. And until next time, keep on reading.